Okay, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. I'm Sin. Welcome to my booktube channel. So, as you will have seen in the title, the thumbnail, etc., etc., this is going to be a little bit of a week reading challenge. I'm going to be reading for 1 hour every day, and I just came off of doing a 24-hour readathon, and then I decided that I wanted to keep the momentum going, which is why we are here today, gathered for this 1 hour of reading. I am just like in the 24-hour readathon. I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with my partner and my friend. However, this video will only include me speaking about the books, not them. Maybe Mark here and there if he feels he really wants to share his thoughts, feelings, and opinions on whatever he is reading for this experience. Okay, so intro over, you understand the premise of the video. What am I reading for this video? I am going to be carrying across The Shining by Stephen King from my 24-hour readathon. As you will have seen in that, I did not complete this book in the 24 hours that we allocated to that. I got this far into it. I read this, I have not read this, so this is page 132. There are 497, I think? 497 pages in this book. I don't think that it's going to take me 7 hours to finish this book. I doubt it, because I only have 300 and something pages remaining. So I am hopeful that I might be able to squeeze another book into this video, and I'm not going to limit myself to only reading for an hour every day. If I do feel like I want to read more, I'm going to, but in terms of reading this book specifically, I am going to only read this book during the 1 hour that is very specifically for this book. Of course, I'm going to tell you guys if I do exceed an hour, but I think if I do go over an hour, I'll probably pick up one of the other books that I'm currently reading, because I don't want to limit myself to only this book the same way I don't want to limit myself to only an hour. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm sure it'll all start to make sense throughout the video. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to read any other books in this video. I'll have to see how long this takes me to actually finish, but I can guarantee that I will not complete this video without reviewing this book, because I feel like I need to. I feel like I should, almost. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I guess that's it for now, and it is currently 5:30, so I should probably do my 1 hour for the day before it gets really late, and I guess I will see you in the 1 hour time lapse. Also, I'm going to be treating this 1 hour for the day as a consecutive one sitting 1 hour of reading, and then anything I do outside of that that isn't dedicated, like I am sitting down, I'm not necessarily going to include. As I just said, like I'm not limiting myself, but that is more so what I mean by very specifically reading this during the hour, is this will be read during that like dedicated, I sit down 1 full hour. Here we go. Okay, so as you saw, 1 hour has gone by. I am on page 183 and I started on 132. I'm not in the mood to think. I guess I have to. 183 minus 132, so 1. I'm approaching, I guess, the halfway point now. I mean, obviously that's not quite halfway yet. I think this is more like a third, because if I break the book up like this, I think it's like almost a third, but I think it's a little over a third. So getting to halfway, really excited. And yeah, I guess I should probably tell you guys what I've been thinking so far, since I am so far into the book. I obviously had a head start. I started on 132 and I'm currently on 183. So let me just give you some opinions. Okay, so first of all, I would like to address the elephant in the room. I have seen the movie, so I do know kind of the overarching plot and the bigger things that will happen. Obviously, movies can never have everything that a book entails, especially a almost 500-page book. Movies just don't have the time. So there have been a couple things that I don't think were addressed in the movie, things that I don't remember happening in the movie. However, it's also been a while since I've seen it, and I do want to watch it, but I'd like to watch with my partner, but I think I want him to read the book first without having seen the movie, just because I think it would be interesting to see his experience doing it the other way around, because obviously I've seen the movie and I'm now reading the book, and he would be reading the book first and then getting to watch the movie afterwards, which I'm a little jealous. I wish I could say that that was my experience. But yeah, so far I think it's definitely very similar to the movie. It has a very similar vibe, but I feel like this is almost more eerie because you kind of take longer to get to these like big climbing points of just like, whoa, something massive is happening now. I feel like I'm getting to kind of creep my way there more slowly because I do have to read every single page and read all the words to get there, and that is a slower process than the movie, and I think I almost like that more than in the movie. But I will say I really did love the movie. The Shining is a really good movie, so if you haven't seen it and you're not interested in reading the book, definitely watch it. So far I do think that this book is going to be above a 4-star because it's really good so far, and I just said so far twice, that felt so redundant, I'm sorry. I really like Stephen King's writing up until this point. This is only my second book, but yeah, I've read Pet Sematary, that was a 5-star. That was incredible. I loved that, like from beginning to end. There was never a moment where I didn't feel like I was having fun with Pet Sematary, and so far with The Shining, I also haven't had a single moment where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm having a good time. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm as entranced as I was with Pet Sematary as in the early stages, but I do think that this is going to be above a 4-star at least, if not a 5. Obviously I have to read the whole thing to know for sure, but so far I'm having a really good time. Hello, okay, so today is day 3 of this 1-hour daily. Unfortunately, yesterday I was really busy and the day kind of just got away from me, so I didn't get to do my 1 hour yesterday. However, I will be making up for that by doing 2 hours today. So I think I'm gonna do the first 1 hour now, and then I'm gonna go make dinner, and I think before bed, so when it's dark and gloomy and my camera can like barely record a time lapse without it looking like I don't exist in the room, that is when I'm going to be doing my second hour. Is that good for like video quality? No. But is that what I have the time for? Yes. So that's what's gonna happen. So obviously, you guys know this, we left off on page 183. That is chapter 19 of The Shining. So that's where we'll be continuing now. I think I'm going to be doing this hour probably with Mark, so maybe that'll be a time lapse with both of us in it. Oh, okay. Dog's off to go and bark at the world. And yeah, I think if I do finish this within the week before the end of this challenge, I think I might potentially pick up Tress of the Emerald Sea for this. I'm somewhat undecided. So as I said, option 1, okay, I thought the drilling paused for long enough. Tress of the Emerald Sea, that's option 1 for a second book here. Option 2 is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief to begin the reread of this beautiful collection of books, just because Mark reading it has made me really badly want to reread it. Also, can you tell that I have a runny nose 24/7 by the tissue that's just casually underneath this? Now on the other side, I do have my Spy Family volumes that I'm fully up to date with, but if my volume 11 and volume 12 arrive in time, maybe I could read volume 11, volume 12 in this. This is all hypothetical. This is only if I finish The Shining before these 7 days of 1 hours are over. Okay, so as you will have seen, I did day 2's 1 hour, and it is currently 10 to 9. I took a little break after the reading to kind of just, as you can see, wind down, get into a more comfortable outfit for the night, I guess. And this, obviously, as you could probably tell by the time lapse, I was running around doing other things. I also like tried to eat my dinner during that 1 hour. I made dinner and ate dinner during that 1 hour, and I was kind of doing it while reading, so I was just standing up, quickly doing something, coming back and trying to continue reading. So I never really got into much of a flow. So for this hour I only got to page 209, about halfway through it, so that is 26 pages, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly from when I did the maths on that. So not nearly as much as I did on day 1, but I'm not like an insanely fast reader. I think I'm a pretty average reader, if I do say so myself. I genuinely, I think I'm more of a page per minute roughly, for the most part. Sometimes a page and a half per minute if I'm, you know, in a good rhythm, good flow. But that aside, definitely enjoying the book. Things are, I think, for sure picking up now at this point, or at least it's starting to feel like it is. I feel like we're getting to that point where a lot of the sort of things that happen right before the big ending climax, like crazy thing that occurs in the movie, I think those things are all starting to happen. The weird, creepy, the odd, unexplainable incidences that make you go, things don't seem as normal as they should be, you know? Those kinds of things are starting to happen. I'm definitely having a lot of fun. Mark read with me during that hour in the kitchen. He started a new book. He started Billy Summers by Stephen King, so that's very exciting. I'm definitely curious to see what he thinks of it, because I haven't read it yet, and I think there's a good chance that if he really enjoys it, I'll probably read it pretty soon too. But yeah, that's where I'm at with this. I think I'm going to do the next 1 hour for day 3, which is actually today. Today is day 3, so I think I'm just gonna get into bed, get under the blankets because it's cold, and do another hour of reading. Surprise book haul. Now, just to clarify, this isn't really like a book haul in a bad sense. So my mom decided she wanted to get us a little something, and she gave us some money and said, get yourself some books. And I've already read these, but Mark hasn't. It's the Heroes of Olympus books. It's the whole box set. It's, oh my gosh, God. We haven't looked at them yet, so we're gonna take you on that journey. But before we do that, I also, again, this is why I say it's not like a bad buying. I'm not adding more to the shelves unnecessarily. These are responsible purchases. It's 11 and 12 of Spy Family. I've been stuck on 10 for the past, I think, 6 months at this point, at least, like half a year, maybe even more. Maybe almost a year, like 9 months. I don't know, it's been a while. I've been stuck trying to find volume 11, and Mark actually got me volume 11 as a gift, and then I got myself volume 12 because I wanted to get myself one. And then this is a recommendation from, I think her tag on like Instagram and on YouTube is Books with Grey. I'm sure you guys have seen her before. She's our like corporate book girly. She works in like the publishing industry, and she does a lot of come to work with me, how much I read in a week, those kinds of things. She recommended Malice by John Gwynne. I'm going to be doing a video at some point where I'm going to read some books recommended to me by booktubers or like book content creators, and she was one of the people I reached out to, and she answered me, and I got this. I still need to get one of the other books that were recommended to me at some point. However, I am considering maybe just reading the ebook version of it for the time being, because all of the editions that I'm finding of it are insanely expensive, and I just can't really do that right now. But this was very like reasonably priced, so this was a good purchase. Okay, so I'm going to take the pile of the Heroes of Olympus books, and I'm going to introduce them to Mark. So he's going to be center stage. Bring yourself forward a little bit. Okay, so starting off strong with number 1. This is Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero. These are also really floppy, by the way. Shut the flop. They're so floppy. I can't wait to reread all of the Percy Jackson. I'm planning on rereading the original 5 and then these, but I think I need to like lock in, overtake him, and like finish them all, because I feel like I'm worried I'll get stuck behind him, where I'm like waiting for him to finish a book just so I can get to the next one. Because I read a lot fast.
Yeah.
Okay, next book. This is Here's Olympus, Son of Neptune. Guys, the flop. I'm sorry.
It's
okay, wait,
so
look at
crazy.
that cover as well, by the way. It's so cool.
Ooh,
I'm really happy with these because I think these are actually like very similar additions to the ones that I have. These are like the OG, I think. Or not the OG, but one of the OGs, because it's like a weird, realistic one. Okay, but this is number 3. This is The Mark of Athena.
Amazing.
Which, big spider on the front.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Oh, big spider person.
Yeah,
and
that's
person.
Arachne. It's a mythology guy person. Lady. Anyway, and then we have, this is my personal favorite from the series. This is my favorite from the Heroes of Olympus series. This one is Heroes of Olympus, The House of Hades. This is number 4. No, but you don't know what happens. You don't know what happens in there, but there's a very specific reason.
This one feels even floppier.
Wait, let me
I don't know if it's just the way I held it now.
I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure this is the one that has like the plot. That's my favorite personally.
Quickly reread the whole book.
I will say honorable mention to The Blood of Olympus. This is number 5, as we can see over there. This one's also, honestly, I really like all of these because it's, I don't know if you know this, but this follows a bigger cast of characters. It's not just Anna, Thorova, Percy. Like they introduce new characters.
I did not know that.
Well, now you know.
No, whoa, look at that. I was like holding it like this.
Yeah, the flop on these is crazy.
It's so crazy.
They look so good together. So excited. Anyway, this is a little side quest that we wanted to have with you guys, which was share these. Back to the regularly programmed 1 hours. It goes on the side.
Feels backwards. Oh.
See, left to right. Back to the normal.
Yes.
Weather forecast. Also, I would just like to let you guys know that the day got away from me again yesterday, and I did not read for 2 hours like I was supposed to. So today, we're gonna do the 2 hours to catch up for Tuesday's 1 hour, except I technically read the 1 hour yesterday for Tuesday, so I guess this is Wednesday's 1 hour that I need to do now, and then Thursday's 1 hour that I need to do now as well, because today is Thursday. Today is Thursday the 18th, and this is Mark right now. Okay, so hour 1 of 2 complete for the day. I did not read much again. I only read 26 pages. I started on 209 and I ended on 235. I am just in front of part 4. So how many pages away? 1, 2, 3. I call it 5.5 pages away from part 4, which is titled Snowbound. I'm very excited to get to part 4. I think I'm getting into a little bit of a better rhythm with my reading, so I think this next hour will go better. However, I'm quite tired and I feel like I'm reading a lot slower than I usually do. I tend to generally average at around 50 pages an hour, 60 pages if I'm having a better reading session. Also, look at the little guy, look at him, and he's so cute. Anyway, I usually sit at about 50 pages an hour, sometimes 60, but today is just not, it's just one of those days, you know? I feel like I have a lot of like ups and downs with my reading speed, and right now I am at, I think, around 30 pages on average is what I've been doing over the last 2 days. So that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not like it's a competition or anything. And even if it was, I would not care. But I do think that I have officially hit the halfway point, because this is looking pretty middle of the book. Mark, an opinion? Looks quite center.
Yeah,
So I think I'm at the 50% mark. So that's pretty cool. I'm very excited to finish this. I'm hoping that maybe I can finish it tomorrow, you know, go over the 1 hour mark for tomorrow with this one and actually finish it, because I'm getting very just like excited. I think I'm getting to the point where things are starting to really kick off. It looks like the snow is coming into the hotel, not the inside, but it's coming in, and I think they're officially going to be stuck at the hotel now, which if you've seen the movie, you know that that's a pretty pivotal point in the movie, and we have finally hit that point in the book, which is pretty crazy because I thought that would happen way earlier on. For some reason, I was expecting us to be snowed in by 30% already, which obviously not the case, but I'm definitely very excited to continue with this now, and I think I'm getting to a point where things are getting snappier, and so I think that I'll probably read a few more pages at least than I did in my first hour, now in the second hour. But however, in saying that, I've been reading now for an hour, so my eyes are getting a little bit more tired, so maybe not, maybe I'll read even less, who knows. I guess we'll just have to do the next hour and see, and I'm gonna try and see if I can find a different angle for this time lapse, because I think it's quite fun having different camera angles. Okay, first of all, it's really cold, just thought I'd let you guys know. But due to unforeseen technical issues, I don't know how to word this, due to the time at night that it is right now, it's currently mid, we are not going to be doing that missing hour today. However, I think tomorrow morning, hopefully as soon as we wake, we'll do it, or like right after our workout, something like, we'll see. Okay, we'll figure it out when we get, but the point is, the 1 hour is not happening now, but it will happen, and I'm just letting you guys know that that hour will be done before the end of Sunday. I can guarantee you that, so it's good enough. Okay, so I decided to read volume 11 of Spy Family for this hour, and I got to page 141 of this, so I guess technically 140. This page would be like a break, and that's 140. So yeah, 140 pages. This is a manga, so obviously not as many words, but I will say that the Spy Family volumes, especially the further along into the series you go, it is a lot wordier than other ones. There does tend to be a lot of speech bubbles in these, like just a lot more chatter, and they also have these little blocks when people are thinking, and there's a lot of inner monologue in these. So this isn't, I wouldn't say that this is as quick to read as something like what Mark is currently reading, which is the Dead Man Wonderland. Which one are you on?
I just finished them both.
You finished both? Okay, so he finished both of these during the 1 hour, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, can you hold this for me?
Yes.
At the same time, if you compare mine to this, where there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 speech bubbles on 2 pages, and then you look at this, which this page has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 speech bubbles on this one page. So yeah, definitely mine's a lot wordier, that's for sure. But I also got noises in the distance. I'm also in a lot of pain right now. I'm currently on my period. I have really bad cramps, so I'm definitely not concentrating and reading as quickly as I usually do. Most of the time when I read manga, it takes me half an hour to an hour to finish one, depending obviously on how many words there are in it, or like just I guess how much is going on each page, because obviously outside of reading the words, I do also pause and look at all of the pictures that are being shown, because I want to see what the characters are doing, etc, etc. You get the idea. But yeah, this is really fun, and I think we're gonna do our next hour either right now or just before bed. I don't know, we haven't decided yet, but I will definitely finish this and begin volume 12, because as you guys saw, I got volume 11 and 12, and I just really want to read these right now, so yeah. Okay, so spoiler alert, I did not read. It is currently 11:30. Can you see that? 11:30. At least this clip is from the same day, but the plan is still to read one of these two, but because it's so late, I think I'm gonna read from volume 12 of Spy Family for an hour now, just until midnight. I would love to go to bed, actually, but considering I still have that 1 hour that carried across from Tuesday, I don't really want to carry another hour across to a different day and have to read for 3 hours, because I feel like at that point that defeats the purpose of this video, you know? But hopefully tomorrow will go well and I'll actually read for my 2 hours at a reasonable time, because I prefer to go to bed at like 11 or 11:30, not midnight. So I guess that's it. Let's start this time lapse. Let's get reading. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, so I made it to page, I think, 129 before the timer ended, but I decided to finish this anyway. Probably should have just put on a timer again if I was going to continue reading, but I didn't think about that. I just wanted to keep reading. And I would just like to send out a personal message to Tatsuya Endo. How dare you leave me on a cliffhanger? How dare you leave me on a cliffhanger? I don't have volume 13. But I will get my hands on it as soon as humanly possible, because this is just infuriating. I've never been more frustrated. Of all things you could have done in these last few pages, bonus content instead of just getting me off of the cliff that you have left me to hang upon? Okay. Unnecessary, if you ask me. Well done, but still unnecessary. I'm pissed, okay? And of all cliffhangers to cliff me on, it had to be this. Out of all the characters you could have cliffhangered me with, it had to be that one. I can't say which one, because that's spoilers, but just know that I'm not happy with you right now, Mr. or Mrs. Endo. I have no idea whether this is a man or a woman, but either way, how dare. Okay, so I'm pausing the timer for hour 1 of Sunday. I've been reading The Shining, and I'm going to do these last 14 minutes after I eat because I'm so hungry. Okay, so update. I did my last 14 minutes, as you will have seen, and I am on chapter 32, page 282. I started on 243, so that's 39 pages, but in my heart I'm telling myself it was 40 because it's just stupidly close, and I'm a little annoyed. But I think I have just breached 50%, if I'm not mistaken. I'm having a really good time with this, actually. I don't have too much to say about it overall, just because Like I already said last time, it feels like things are really picking up. I just wanted to check. I am on 57%, almost at 60%. I think that in the next 1 hour, hopefully I will do that early enough to have the awakeness to actually make some good progress on this. I probably won't finish this within the theme of this video, but I will just wait until I actually finish the book before I fully wrap up this video, just so I can give you guys a review of it, and maybe I'll time how long it takes me to finish the rest of the book and just include that as a fun little fact. But having a really good time so far, and things are really starting to pick up. I feel like the spooky, scary, creepy stuff they're starting to pick up as well. They're starting to really, you know, happen. And yeah, I really like Stephen King's writing, which I didn't have any doubts that I would like it, because obviously I've read Pet Sematary and that was a 5-star. So this was just a no-brainer. But yeah, the hype makes sense. The hype around this book and all of the people who talk about how much they love it, that makes so much sense. This book so far has been really, really intriguing. I really love the setting, especially. I feel like hotels, with all the things that happen in hotels, just such a cool setting for a horror novel, I guess. Anyway, that's all. Quick update. I've done my final 1 hour and Mark wave. I've done my final 1 hour. I am on page 332, chapter 37, and I started on 282, so I've read 50 pages in this final hour. This final hour was, I think, yesterday or something like that. I don't know. I did the final hour, that's the point. And now I'm just at a point where I'm going to just finish the book and give you my thoughts on it in this video. There are 497 pages remaining, there are 497 pages period in this book, and I'm on page 332, which means that I have 100 and... um... 15 pages left?
What page are you on?
I'm on 332. There are 497 left. 115 pages?
No,
125 pages.
Something.
What? No? 497 minus 332.
Oh, 332. 165.
That doesn't sound right. Oh, it is right. I don't know where I got 15 from. I'm just not in the right mental state for maths right now. I have 165 pages, question mark, left, and I plan on finishing this book today. I also plan on playing Planet Zoo today. I also plan on starting a new book today, but that I won't be talking about here. Okay, The Shining. This is my review. I said that I would finish it and that I would review it by the end of this video. Why are you hiding? They don't know here. Anyway, so you know what? I'm gonna do the review to you.
To me?
And inadvertently to them. So first of all, 5 stars. So good. Incredible. Second of all, Stephen King's writing. Chef's kiss. Incredible. I'm obsessed. I need more, like, yesterday already. Third, very different from the movie. Like, shockingly different. Something that really sticks out to me is Jack Torrance's character, the dad. He is so different to me in the book versus the movie. He feels so much more serious and like he's almost scarier in the book. Because I mean, I don't really know how else to state that, but with the context being that they go to this hotel and as a family they're there and they're all kind of losing it a little bit because they're secluded in this hotel.
Right.
I feel like the way that things change and evolve with these characters, because of how serious the dad's character is, especially in comparison to the movie. I feel like in the movie, the dad felt weirdly silly and almost lighthearted, whereas in the book, I feel like he just hits different. And there's also quite a few things that happen in the book that I feel like weren't in the movie, or to my recollection were not in the movie, but I definitely need to rewatch the movie. I watched it so long ago, I have no idea if certain things were not in the movie, but I'm definitely curious. Also, there's a specific character, I'm not going to say which one, but there's a character that I'm pretty sure dies in the movie but doesn't in the book. And so I was meant to be prepared. Well, in my brain, they died in the movie, but because of them not dying in the book, I'm like, did they not? Am I like stupid? But yeah, because of that, I went into this really prepared for this character to kick a bucket. Did not kick a bucket, and it was a pleasant surprise because I thought the character died. I don't know, I think they died in the movie, but I'm doubting myself. I'm not gonna say who, because like spoilers, but moral of the story, such a good book, like so genuinely incredible and just really nicely done, and the setting was just wow. Also, this I wasn't expecting. I don't get spooked by things. Things don't make me uncomfortable, particularly. I don't walk around my house going, oh, I'm uncomfortable after watching a horror movie. Well, okay, a little, sometimes, depends on the horror movie. When I watched the movie from like this book, The Shining, the movie, I was fine. I was chilling, living my best life. I'm not an easily spooked person. But for some reason, reading this book, I kept getting so uncomfortable anytime I was in the bathroom, especially the actual bathroom where the bath is. Like, if I had to go to the toilet, I always used, because we've got two bathrooms, one is with a bath and a toilet and a sink and all that good stuff. The other one is just a toilet solo. I kept only like going to the bathroom with like the solo toilet, but because it's still a bathroom, I was still slightly uncomfortable. But any time, like when I was in the height of reading this specifically during this like week that you guys witnessed, I kept having to have Mark just kind of, if I was washing my hands, just do me a favor and just look into the bathroom. But there was one night I was particularly uncomfortable. He had to like stare inside the bath because my mind was just it was playing tricks on me, and I was really uncomfortable.
Going, there's nothing here.
But I don't know, I just got really uncomfortable. If you know, you know. Like, you know what I'm referring to.
I don't know. So I
know.
didn't even have context.
No,
I was just holding the shower curtain.
Yeah, but overall, really good book. Yeah. So that's fun.
See, I didn't know what to expect either, because, you know, what if it's a ghost? Or what if it's a human? What if it's just water?
What?
I don't know.
So what are you talking about right now?
That's supposed to appear behind the shower curtain.
Nothing's supposed to.
I didn't know what to expect.
Read the book. Yeah. Start reading. I really want you to read that. I want you to drop everything you're reading right now and read it.
I've never watched Stephen King, and I've only read...
Sorry, it sounds so silly. You've in all fairness, you've
I've never watched
oh my goodness.
Hi, buddy.
I don't think I can see that the door opened. I open about it. You are a spooky little man. Anyway, he's never seen any of like the Stephen King books becoming movies, like the movies that, okay, so like The Mist, The Shining, Pet Sematary. He's never seen any of those.
I've never seen any of those. I have seen clips.
But you've read Pet Sematary.
I have read Pet Sematary. And all I have seen is clips.
Slightly close the door. Sorry.
Clips of Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. That's it.
Yeah.
And I know the Here's Johnny scene. That's also
Johnny.
It. Beyond that, I have no idea. You told me about that.
What?
The whispering.
Well, they're not allowed to know. What if they haven't seen the movie or read the book? Yeah. Anyway, goodbye. That's the end of this video. Au revoir. Bonsoir.